Hey everyone, welcome back to Playground Sessions. I'm Phil, and today we're going to be looking at another episode of Popular Music Deconstructed. In this video, we're going to be looking at the 1, 2, 6, 4 progression in the key of A, which sounds like this. And we're going to be looking at examples by Rihanna, Gym Class Heroes, and Beyonce, songs that use this progression. So first, what makes this particular chord progression so popular? Well, this progression seems to be most used in the pop and R&B world, but it can be found in others as well, so it's definitely a great one to add to your repertoire. We start with the 1 chord, which of course is the most defining chord in a key. It's followed by 2 minor chords in a row, giving a distinct minor or sad sound, even though we're in a major key. And this gives us a 50-50 mix of major and minor chords. We go major, minor, minor, major. So there's a certain symmetry to this progression as well. Now, we end with the 4 chord, which, when repeated, resolves back to the 1 chord. And the 4-to-1 resolution is known as the plagal cadence, or the church cadence. Think Amen at the end of a hymn, for example. This resolution is one that dates back all the way to the late 1500s. So you know they're doing something right when this progression's been around hundreds and hundreds of years. So this progression is a good one to know, and we're going to learn all about it today in the key of A. But before we get into the progression, let's do a real quick review of the key of A, so we know what scale degrees and chords we're even working with today. Let's start with scale degrees. Let's get our hand in a low A position, which means our 5th finger on A, and we're going to play through this scale. But before we do, take a look at that key signature in the top left. There are 3 sharps up there. Now, what are those sharps? Great question. F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. That means anytime you see a note on any of those 3 lines or spaces, they're always going to be sharp in the key of A. So keep an eye out for those as we're playing through the scale. Let's do it one time. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Good. Notice C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. Those are our 3 sharps in the scale. Let's do it once more, and this time I want you to call out the number scale degree of each scale as we go. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 again. And don't forget, guys, that seems like another note, but really it's A and A. Same note, just an octave apart. Okay, so now that we have our scale degrees, let's quickly review our chords in the key of A. A is our 1 scale degree, so the A chord is our 1 chord. Okay? So let's go through each of these a little bit slower. And don't forget about that key signature up there. 3 sharps, C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. Okay, so we've got our 1 chord, our 2 chord, 3, 4, 5 chord, 6 chord, our 7 chord, and then back to our 1 chord, an octave higher. So once again here, that's 1 or A major, 2 B minor, 3 C sharp minor, 4 is D, 5 is E, then we've got 6 F sharp minor, 7 is G sharp diminished, and then back to our 1 or A major. Great job. Okay, so now that we've got our chords in the key of A, let's isolate the numbers that make up today's progression. Specifically, that's going to be our 1 chord and our 2 chord. Now we're going to jump all the way up to our 6 chord and then jump down to our 4 chord. Let's try that again. We've got 1, 2, 6, and 4. Now remember when we did the scales, I told you that 1 and 8, or the top one, are the exact same. They're interchangeable, right? A is A. Well, the same thing applies to our chords here. In a progression that has the 1 chord, for example, you can play it down here, or you can play it up here. Still the 1 chord. Same goes for any of these chords. When you play it, you can play it in any octave and it's the same. Now, which one you choose depends on what sounds the best to you. They're really interchangeable. So instead of doing 1, 2, 6, 4 like that, where we play our 1 and 2 down low, I want to try playing the 1 and 2 up high. So we would go 1, then we'd go up to 2. Now we're going to drop down to 6 and down to 4. Then when we repeat, we'll go right back up to our high 1 and our high 2. Okay, now back down to 6 and back down to 4. Great job. So guys, you can see 1, 2, 6, 4, regardless of where we play it in the octave, sounds the same. And so for the song examples that we do today, which we're about to get into, all of our progressions are going to start with the high 1 and the high 2. Okay? Same idea as the low 1 and the low 2, but we're going to play it up high. So without further ado, why don't we jump right into those song examples? And the way that I'd like to do it today is I'm going to keep the chord progression going steadily underneath all of these examples. And with my right hand, my trusty right hand, I'm going to play the different melodies so you can actually hear, hey, I know those songs. But if you're focusing on the left hand, you'll see that the progression is the same throughout. All right, well, let's get into these song examples. For each one of these, I'm going to play the left hand progression exactly as we just learned it. The high 1, the high 2, drop to the 6, drop to the 4. And then I'm going to play a progression in between each one of the melodies that I play in the right hand to give it a little time to breathe. So we'll do Rihanna, and then we'll play 1 through. We're going to do Gym Class Heroes. I'll play 1 through, and then we're going to do Beyonce. Let's do it. 1, 2, 6, 4. Alright, that was Stay by Rihanna. Now, after we get to the end of this progression here, we're going to do Fighter by Gym Class Heroes. Progression is exactly the same. 1, 2, 6, 4. Alright, 2 different styles, 2 different artists, same progression. Now, let's switch over to Beyonce. We're going to do Pretty Hurts. Here we go. Same progression. 1, 2, 6, and 4. Now, I got one more song example for you, another Beyonce one, called Halo, one of our favorites here at Playground Sessions. But instead of looking at it in our chord chart above, like we've been doing for the last few examples, I want to show you what the 1, 2, 6, 4 looks like in the context of sheet music, in notation. So let's take a look at that. You're going to see some measures here with a right hand melody in the treble clef staff and the left hand chord progression in the bass clef staff. I want you to ignore the right hand for now, because remember, we're just still looking at this left hand chord progression. But notice up in the left hand, we've got 1, 2, 6, and 4, just like before. Okay? So why don't we play through just the left hand here one time, and I want you to follow along with the sheet music above while you play. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, we'll drop down to 6. Down to 4. See that? Exact same progression. Alright, let's do this one time all the way through. I'm going to actually repeat it if you see that repeat sign at the end of the last measure. So we'll do this twice. Here we go. 1, 2, let's play. Alright, that's it. So as I mentioned, we've got songs in the Playground Sessions app where we do all the parts. We've also got them in different difficulty levels. So if this one was too tough for you, we've got rookie versions. And if this one was way too easy for you, well, good thing we have advanced versions. So check out the Playground Sessions app if you want to finish how to play Halo and the other songs we've got in the library as well. Well guys, once again, I'm Phil, and if you love what you learned here today, remember, hit the subscribe button to your left. We've got song lessons where we show you how to play the main sections of songs from all sorts of different artists, like Coldplay, Beethoven, Miles Davis, John Legend, the Beatles, many more. And we're also putting out theory videos where we deconstruct popular music, we talk about chord progressions, rhythms, we'll be talking about practice tips, arranging and composing tricks, all sorts of stuff, everything related to the piano. You can find it here on our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you like what you saw today in the video, well, that was me using the Playground Sessions app. That's right, the features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the full playground experience. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, the app has incredible interactive feedback and gaming features. Full songs broken down by sections and in different difficulty levels. And a whole music theory bootcamp section, all taught by YouTube star David Sides. So click the app button on the left to learn more. Alright guys, I'm Phil and you're watching Playground Sessions. Hit that subscribe button so I can see you for the next video.